I'm going to explain why I wrote this poem after I read it. So, this poem is called Whitewashed. Black people have been whitewashed. Simple, I've said it, and I will not apologize for it. We have been told that we have power, which we use to make clowns fucking minstrels out of ourselves and each other. We wear blackface of Louis Vuitton belts, Gucci shoes, and Huayu graphic tees because we are busy trying to be told who we are. So we have stopped aspiring to what we can be. We are satisfied with false power when Jim Crow tells us that we too can be racist. But how can I be racist to someone who oppresses me? So what if I don't like the person who constantly keeps whipping me and tells my brothers and sisters that they are not good enough, never will be good enough, when we are in fact better than? When we are all you have achieved, your one and only victory. Without us, there would be no you. What would you do if we got off the plantation? Let's think, what does it mean to be white in America? Moment of silence so that you can think about it. A thief of land from the Native Americans, people from Africa, and culture from everywhere else. Rock and roll is not even yours. Hipsters are even a spin-off of hippies who are down for the cause. You have been living to fight for shit that doesn't belong to you. I will repeat it one more time. You have been living to fight for shit that doesn't belong to you. Privilege that someone else earned for you. Land someone else owned and worked before you. People, how can you own someone else and then tell them their views? Motherfucker, I refuse for you to tell me what I can and cannot see. You have to neo-colonialize with Starbucks, then enslave with drugs, and then divide by skin tone so that you can take over with money, or should I say debt, because the 20% of the black people who are such a problem for the entire 100% of America are in poverty. That's why we are still on the plantation of ghettos and projects. We are stuck. And when one nigga makes a little progress, a step for change, masses right there to cut his foot off, kunta kente. Or let me make it a little more real and current for you. How dare Barack Obama run? Nigger rolls off their tongues like whips off our back. Because how dare he try to be a Harriet Tubman? That is going against the order of things, but yet they give a little room to us failed niggas who once used to want to kill Matt to think we can live in harmony with him because he changed, but he just got smarter. While we become complacent with his false power, so when anyone tells you as a black person that you can be racist, they are testing your ignorance. They have infiltrated so well they no longer need to hire CIA agents to annihilate black power groups because there are none. They have infiltrated so well that they no longer need CIA agents to infiltrate black power groups because there are none. Negroes like me are just trying to convince Negroes like you that you will never be white. And no matter how much you sit back and say, I'm not trying to be white, by saying you can be racist, you are trying to be white. It's alright though. I will continue to drop seeds of knowledge on the fallow lands of ignorance until gardens of knowledge grow out of the black community. So the next time someone calls me a racist, I welcome it. Because we all know that they are projecting themselves onto me. Thank you. Alright, so I wrote this poem with the idea that black people can be racist. But it's not just black people. Minorities in general can't be racist. No matter what Webster or any encyclopedia tells you, racism is something that can be institutionalized. And in order for it to be institutionalized, you need money. And you need to be part of the majority. And as a result, minorities who are not obviously part of the majority and do not have the money to institutionalize racism can't be racist. So a black person calling a white person a cracker is prejudice, and it is wrong, and it is discriminatory. It's not racist. Racism is things like Jim Crow. Racism is things like the Chinese Exclusion Act, where Chinese people were not allowed to come into America. Those things are racist because they were things that were institutionalized and gave people views about about certain set of people, and those views were okay to let someone think that someone else was less than. That's what racism is about. Making something okay. And that comes with money, and that comes with power, because you have to be able to you have to pay for that. And unless you're a part of the majority, or like, you can't, like, calling someone a cracker doesn't make them, like, it's bad, but you can't say, oh, because you're a cracker, you can't use my water fountain. It's wrong to say that. I completely agree. It's wrong to say that, but it's not racist. It's prejudice. And it's wrong to use racial slurs. I agree completely. It's wrong to use racial slurs in any context. It's wrong to call a black person a nigger. It's wrong to call, and it's wrong to use racial slurs, period. But racism is something that is institutionalized, and it's not just calling someone a racial slur. And I was called racist because I read one of my poems, and it wasn't even about white people. It was about black people, and about how we were brought from Africa to here, and how we need to do better with ourselves. I don't know how that's racist. So, boom, I'm just letting y'all know that as black people, as any minority, we can't be racist, because we cannot put in place laws that prevent white people from doing anything. Alright, we don't have the power to do so. So as a result, I don't care who disagrees with me, because I will not apologize for anything I say. I don't give a fuck who disagrees with me. I don't care who agrees with me, but we can't be racist. Alright? We could be prejudiced, we could be derogatory. I don't know why you would want to. I mean, I know, but that's what we could be. So if anybody comes up to you and tells you you could be racist, especially if it's a white person, they're projecting their own racist views about the world onto you. So if anybody comes to you about some bullshit about reverse racism, just tell them to shut the fuck up, because that shit doesn't exist. If you're racist, number one, you're racist regardless. I don't know what the hell reverse racism is, but you can't be racist as a black person, because racism is a structure that's been put into place by white people, number one. So there's no place for black people in racism. So just because Webster says that it's something that is against another race, is white people against the minorities. So it doesn't matter if you're black, doesn't matter if you're Spanish, Asian, because Native American, because at one point we all dealt with it. So, boom. Thank you for listening to my poetry. Thank you for listening to my little rant about racism. And yeah. Don't comment with bullshit, because I will delete it. And that's about it.